Fire struck a Hazleton home back on July 23rd, and now a GoFundMe account has been established to help the family that was living there. Here to tell us about it is the grandson of the woman who was affected in that fire. Robert Kotansky is here today. His grandmother, 87-year-old Marie Kotansky, was displaced by the fire along with 3 other relatives, but this was the second time your grandmother has had to deal with fire, and at 87 years old, she's a tough cookie.
She definitely is. She's probably one of the toughest women I know. Unfortunately, the first fire was in 1984. I was only 3 years old then, and they lost everything, and they rebuilt. This time, unfortunately, it started in the basement with an electrical issue. The house is a little over 30 years old since then, I guess, a little more than that. But yeah, this is their second fire, and they pretty much lost everything again to the fire.
So your grandmother, and who else was living in the home?
My aunt, my uncle, my cousin Kyle, and their pet dog, Bentley.
So now all of them are displaced. I know the American Red Cross was called in to help at the time of the fire. But this is really a difficult situation, not only because 2 fires for your grandmother, she's going through a lot. So you really wanted to do something, your whole family wanted to do something to help.
Well, my grandmother, as I said, she's resilient. She's a very strong woman. Over the years, since I'm around, I guess, she's buried 3 of her sons. 2 of them, one to a car accident, one to a motorcycle accident, and my latest uncle passed away from melanoma cancer. To top that off with the fire, she also is dealing with lung cancer. She's not staged; it was caught early, but she is going through some treatments on a regular basis for that. So again, at 87 years old, she's wonderful. She's up, she's moving, she does everything pretty much on her own still. She won't slow down, which is a good thing. But this fire definitely plays an emotional role as well as a physicality role. Right now, my grandmother is living with my Aunt Judy in Drums, and my aunt and my cousin Kyle are staying in a hotel, and my other uncle is staying with a friend. So they desperately need help getting back on their feet. Right now they're looking for a house, or either to rent part-time until the house is replaced, or purchase a new home. But the GoFundMe account was set up to kind of help them, get on their feet, because that's ultimately what we're hoping for.
Wow, this is a really difficult situation. Whenever anybody has to deal with one of those things, it's a traumatic experience. But to be dealing with so many, but you're hoping we have a generous community out there that will come to their aid.
Well, for 19 years, I've worked at the Hazleton Y for many, many years, giving to the community and seeing what the community can do. So my thought instinct was, knowing how great of a community we do live in, my thought would be that, maybe they could help in this situation as well. Growing up in Hazleton all my life, I've seen some great things happen. So I'm really hoping that our community could back this and support up the GoFundMe account. It's on GoFundMe as a second time dealing with a house fire. But my brother Michael is also doing canisters in the stores, various stores, that will have a little write-up about my grandmother and what you're donating to. So it's just basically to help them get on their feet and make life a little bit easier now that they've lost just about everything.
Well, please give your grandmother all our thoughts and prayers. We hope everything turns out well for them, that they can get back on their feet, and God bless her with good health. If you can help out this family that's really going through some very difficult times right now, again, the GoFundMe account, as Robert said, is called Second Time Dealing with House Fire. So you can go on GoFundMe and search that and make a donation to help the family get back on their feet.